Hi all, welcome to my channel Java8. In today's video, we are going to explore top 10 mostly asked programming interview question in Java 8 using an Stream API. Before we start this video, if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe. I have already created multiple programming questions video. Will provide link in the description. You can go and watch from there. Let's start this video. We'll see the first question: how to find a department by highest salary employee using an Stream API. As you can see, I have already created two list. List of type employee, list of type department, and these classes employee and department also created here. As you can see, there are some properties in an employee: name, age, salary, and department ID. Inside in a department class having a two properties: ID and name. Let's write a logic here. First we need to call an stream function to get an stream from the list so that we can perform an operation on a stream. Then we'll call in collect function. Here we'll use a collectors dot grouping by, because we need to group based on the department ID. So we'll call in a department ID. If you can see here, it's returning in a map of type integer and value as in a list of employees. So the key will be in a department ID and value will be in all the departments corresponding to that department. Sorry, all the employees corresponding to that department. But we need to get only the one employee, or the employee which having the highest salary. So we'll use collectors dot collecting and then function. And if you see here, it accepts a two input. First one is the downstream, second one is a function. And the downstream basically works on the output of a collectors, other collectors. Okay, other collector could be a parent collector. So this is what a collectors dot grouping by. So we'll use here collectors dot max y. Okay, and we want to get a max employee with the maximum salary. So we'll use a salary here. First we'll use a comparator dot comparing int, because the type of the salary is int for us. We'll pass here salary. Second parameter will be a finisher function which works on the output of final results of a downstream collector. So if you can observe here, this maxby function is returning an optional of type employee. We will use an optional the get function which will return an employee. So it will return a map. Key will be of type an integer and value will be of type an employee. Max salary employee. Let's treat this. We'll call an entry set function, then we'll call an stream, we'll call then a for each function. We can use lambda also, we don't need to call stream here, but for now we are using a stream. Printf. First one will be a department ID as, and second one will be employee name. Basically key will be in a department ID and value will be in a department, not a department name. Entry dot get key and entry dot get value. Let's run it. If you can see here, we are getting a highest salary employee in each department. For the department ID 1, we are getting an employee Karthik. Here, this employee with the name Karthik having a 60,000 salary, which is more than 40,000. Similar for others. But there might be one scenario in one department can have a more than one employee uh, with the highest salary. So how do you implement that scenario? Okay, let me add one more employee with the same name, sorry, with same salary. As we know, this finisher function is returning an employee from here. So now what we will do, instead of returning an employee, we will return a list of employee. So we'll validate this employee of type, sorry, optional of type employee is containing an employee with the maximum salary or not. OPT dot is present. Okay, if employee is present, then we will call an stream function. Then we'll use a filter function. So we'll call here the department ID, and then we'll call our department ID from an optional. Okay, and the second condition will check with maximum salary. Get salary if equals to opt get dot get salary. After filter, we'll call in collect function and we'll returns list. If optional employee is empty, means it's not having an employee, then we will returns empty list. Collections dot empty list. Okay, now let's update this from employee to list of employee. Let's run it. If you can see here, with department ID 1, we are getting a two employee now, Ritika and Karthik. Okay, with the salary 60,000, 60,000. Now we'll see the next question, how to convert a list of employee into a map. The key will be an employee name and the value will be an employee object itself. And also we have to handle a duplicate key. First we'll call a stream function, employee.stream. Now we'll call a collect function. We will use collectors.toMap because we need to convert this list into a map. So key will be an employee name. So we'll call a name function and a value will be an employee object itself. Now third parameter will be a merge function to handle a duplicate key. Old value, comma, new value, and we will consider a new value. And this will return a map. Key will be of type is string because the name is of type string in employee class, if you can see here. And value will be of type employee.
So we will use lambda to iterate over the map. We'll call a for each. Here key will be an employee name, so I'm just passing in a name. Then a key and value will be an employee. Let's print this. Employee name and employee object itself. And new line here. Name comma employee. So I'm removing this one object and updating this. As you can see here, this is what an old object and this will be a new object. So we should get Riti with the salary 60,000, and we do have two more objects with name Tom. Let me update this. We should get Tom with the salary 45,000. Let's run this. Okay, for now I'm just commenting this piece of code. If you can see here, we are getting Riti with the salary 60,000 and Tom with the salary 45,000.
Now we'll see the next question, how to find an employee with third highest salary from list of employee. So first we need to convert list of employee into an stream. We'll call an stream function here and it will return a stream of employee. Now we will call an sorted function. We'll sort with salary, and this will sort in a ascending order. Comparator dot comparing int because the salary type is an integer. We'll pass here salary. Then we'll call a reverse function which will reverse the order of employee. Now it will change from ascending order to descending order. So the top with highest salary employee will come on a top. We'll call an skip function to skip first two record. Then we'll call a find first, which will return an optional of type employee. And then we'll call an get function to get an employee from an optional. Let's print this. Okay, first let's remove some of the record from here and just update this. So we do have 4 records now. Let's run it. We'll see. So we are getting an employee with salary 60,000. If you observe here, we do have a two. We do have a employee Mohit with the salary 80,000, which will come on at first, and then second will be on a 70,000, and we are skipping both of these record and then calling the find first, so it will return this employee with the name Riti with salary 60,000. Now we'll see the next question, how to sort array of string in a reverse order using an HTML API. So first we need to convert this array into an stream. We'll call arrays.stream and we'll pass array as an input. Then we'll call a sorted function to sort this array. We'll use comparator.reverse order to sort in a reverse order. Then we'll call a toArray function to convert this stream into an array. And what type of array we want to return? We want to return a string type of an array. reversed array. Let's print this. Arrays dot to string and we'll pass array. Okay, now let's run it. If you can see here, this array is getting a reverse. First coming Vijay, Tom, Ritika, and then Karthik. Now we'll see the fifth question: how to find a common element from two array using an stream API. Let's create two array. Array 1, and initializing this array with some values like 4, 6, 5, 7, and 2. And array 2, 2, 9, 1, 7, and 6. As you can see here, there are some elements which are common in both the array. So first we will use arrays.stream to get in a stream from the array, and we'll pass array here because array is of type an int which is in a primitives. So we need to call in a box function to convert into a wrapper class which is an integer to work with the stream. Now we'll call in a collect function and we'll get we'll call collectors dot to list, and it will return a list of type an integer. Now again we will call arrays.stream to get a stream from array 2, and here also we need to call a box function because array 2 type is also in a primitives int. So now we'll call in a filter, and we'll filter only those elements which exist in a list 1. We'll use contains method of a list, and then we'll call a collect function collectors dot to list. It will return a list of type integer, uh, common list. Let's print. So you can see here we are getting a list with the elements 2, 7, 6 which are common in both array. 2 is here is also 2, 7 is here, and 6 also. And they are in both arrays. Now we'll see the next question: how to find a first repeated character in a string using an stream API. Let's create one string here. W Q R W Q Y. First of all, we need to call a char function to get an int stream, which will basically return the integer value, which is an ASCII value of each character. Now we need to again call map to. We need to call a map to object function to get a character object. Now we'll call collect function. Then we'll use collectors dot grouping y. So we will pass element as a key, and we'll use here linked hash map to maintain the insertion order, and then we'll use collectors dot counting to get the occurrence of each element. element means a character. So it will return in a map. Key will be of type character and value will be of type long. Now we need to get only those characters which occurs more than once, means the character which having the values more than one. So we will first call an entry set functions, then we'll call an stream function, then we will use a filter. So we will call a get value function, and we will filter only those elements, okay, only those character which having a value greater than 1. Now we'll use a map function for the conversion because we have to only print a character. So we'll call a get key function, then we will call a find first because we have to get only the first repeated character. Then we'll call a get function, so it will return a character. Because this find first returns an optional, we need to get a character, so we will call a get function which is of an optional. Non-repeated, sorry, repeated character. So you can see here the first repeated character is W, and this is what we wanted because W is getting first repeated here. Now we'll see the next question, how to find a first missing number from array of integer using an stream API. So as you can see, I'm taking one array, and in this array we are having some negative numbers also like a -1, and we need to get only the positive numbers first. So to get an stream from the array, we need to use an arrays.stream, and it accepts an array. So we will pass an array here. Then we'll use a filter to extract only those elements which are positive. So e greater than 0, okay. Then we'll call an assorted function, and then we'll use a distinct. It will removes any, if there is any duplicate elements, those duplicate will get removed. So then we'll use a vox function to convert this primitives type into an wrapper. As you can see here, we have an int primitives, so it will get converted into an integer objects. The region of to convert int to an integer, because the stream only works with an object. We'll use collectors dot to list. List will be of type an integer. Positive number array. Sorry, positive number list. Now we'll use int stream to get stream of type integer within the range, within the specified range. So we'll use in a range clause, as you can see, and also inclusive, start and all, and both are inclusive here. So range will be from 1 to the size of this list plus 1. So if you can see here, the size will be in a 3 because we have already excluded the number uh, which is not a positive. Okay, size plus 1. Now we'll use a filter, and then we'll call on a contains. What is this? And I'm using a next. So whatever the element does not exist in the list will get returned. And we'll call a find first because we have to find the first elements, which is um, missing number. Okay. And then we'll call an or else will return a by default value as a 1. Integer missing number. Let's print this. So you can see 2 is in a missing number. Now we'll see the next question, how to find a duplicate element in a given list of integer using an stream API. As you can see here, I've already taken up a list and there are some elements which are also duplicate here. So first we'll call an stream function to convert this list into a stream, and then we'll call in a collect function. Then we'll use collectors dot grouping by, and as we know the group by always returns on the map. Okay, and key will be, and we are going to group based on the element. So whatever the input, output will also be the same. And then we'll use collectors dot counting function. It will returns count, and basically the occurrence of each elements, number of occurrence of each elements. So now we have a map, key of type integer, and value will be of type long. Map. Now we'll iterate. Okay, sorry. First we'll call an entry set, then we'll call an stream function, because now we have to find a duplicate elements, and we'll call in a filter function. If you observe here, the key map key is an integer type. Basically the elements which we do have in a list, okay, will come as in a key, and the value will be of occurrence of those elements. So we are going to check the value. E dot get value if greater than 1 will be a duplicate. Okay, then we'll call a collect function, and then collectors dot toList. It will return list of type integer. Duplicate element list. Oh, okay. So actually, first we need to call a map here also, because we wants to return only the elements. Okay, map basically for the conversion. E dot get key, then we'll call in a collect function. Here we'll call in collectors dot to list. Now we'll print this list. Let's run it. So as you can see here, we have two elements which are duplicate in this list, 5 and 7. Next question, we'll see how to find a department by counting of employee. Um, um, I have already taken a list of type and employee here. As you can see, there are three uh, employees which belongs to a department ID 1 and one employee which is in a department ID 2. So if I'm talking about the department ID 1, it's belongs to an department name IT, and department 32 is belongs to an HR department. We will see also how to get a name, department name with the department ID. So let's first get the count of each employee department wise. First we'll call an stream function to get an stream from this list. Okay, then we'll call in a collect function and we'll use collectors dot group by. We need to group by based on the department ID. Employee get department ID. Okay, and we'll use collectors dot counting, and it will return key will be of type integer and value will be of type in long. Department wise count. Here I'm using a lambda expression to iterate over the map, and we'll use key and value here, and let's print this. Okay, basically key will be a department ID and value will be in a department name. Sorry, employee. Employee count. Let's run it. So if you observe here in department ID, we do have 3 employee. In department 2, we are having an 1 employee. So if we wants to print a department name instead of department ID, what we can do first, we'll convert this list into um, yeah. First we'll convert a department list into a map. Then we will get department name. So we are having department list. Let me copy this. Rename it department 1. So what I'm going to do, I'm converting this list into a map. First we'll call in a stream, then we'll call a collect function, and then collectors dot to map, and key will be department ID and value will be in a department name. Department dot get ID, department dot get name. Okay, now we do have map. map in which the key will be of type integer and a value will be of type string. Department map. So now we are going to get department name by department ID. So we'll pass here key, okay, and it will return a value corresponding to this key. Now we'll print department name. Let's run it. So now you can see the department name is getting printed here. For department ID 1, here now coming in IT. For department ID 2, HR is coming. Now we'll see the next question. How to merge two lists into an sorted order. So I have already created two lists. So we need to use stream dot concat function, and this concat function basically accept two input of type an stream. So because we do have an list, so we can call an stream function to convert this list into an stream. Now we'll call sorted function to sort this list, to sort the element of a stream. Now we'll use collectors.toList. List of type integer, merged list. Let's run it. So you can see both list is merged and coming in a sorted order. That's it for this video. If you like the content of this video, please subscribe my channel and like and provide some comments also. Thank you.